you should never feel comfortable. You should be happy and dissatisfied.
I heard a great quote the other day, like, follow your heart and your body will catch up. And I think that that's the way it is with everything.
The table is always full of excuses because they're valid. There's a lot of people against you.
You are a warrior. Don't ever let anybody take what you're supposed to get.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like na 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 na. For my top 10, top 10, top 10, na 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 na. This one's for my top 10.
He's Terry Crews, and here's my take on his Top 10 Rules of Success, Volume 3. Enjoy.
The comfort zone is dangerous. When you're comfortable, you are at most danger. The comfort zone is somewhere you should never feel comfortable. You should be happy and dissatisfied. Anybody ever tell you, hey, look, you know what? Just be satisfied with what you got. Don't believe them. Get them away from you.
Yeah, that's good.
You should never be satisfied with what you got. Because the attempt to get more makes you into something better all the time. Don't let anybody tell you, hey, man, you should just be happy with, no! You should double your business.
Come on.
Triple it.
Rule number 2, just be.
When I got this book called The Master Key System, and what was wild to me, it broke down some things in ways that I can understand. Because you hear certain things, but you have to hear things in a different way so that you can grasp it. And one of the concepts in the book is that in order to have, you have to do. And in order to do, you have to be. And I sat and I would contemplate this thing like a lot. And I was like, what does this mean? Like, what does this mean? And because it sounded like gibberish. It sounded a little bit like what is, what was will be, that kind of stuff. What will be was, but will be again. Like, okay. But once you really examined it, is that, and I'll bring fitness into this.
Yes, please.
With fitness, you are fit before your body ever gets in shape. You have to be fitness. Like, every person who lost 200 pounds can tell you the moment way back then when they knew they were going to be their ideal weight. That's the moment it was my ideal weight. I'm going to be that. And then your body just goes right into it. I heard a great quote the other day. It's like, follow your heart and your body will catch up. And I think that that's the way it is with everything. And that Master Key System book broke it down where I had to say, like, I always had dreams of like, man, one day I'm gonna have money, one day. And I said, wait a minute, I'm rich. I'm rich now. And this is the thing, didn't have a penny. But when you do things and you say, okay, now that I'm rich, what would a rich man do?
This is really important.
Do you see?
Yeah.
What would a rich man do? And I started doing things that rich people did. And once I did it, I had it. But that's kind of the way fitness, success, any goal, any aspiration, you must be it now. That book, the thing you want to write, or that thing you want to accomplish, you have to be it now. You are an author. So now what do authors do? Authors write. And when authors write, they have a book. Right. And I'm telling you, it sounds really, really, really simple, but once you get it, forever, you'll never think of anything the same way again.
Rule number 3, take accountability.
One thing I realized is that at certain times in a man's life, he's either a fool, he's a victim, or he's a king. And when you're a fool, you're like, you goof it all up. well, you know what, but you think there are no consequences for your actions, but there are always consequences for every act you do, everything, good or bad. But then when you mess your whole life up being a fool, you become a victim. Now, oh my God, look, you know what? You know why I did that? Because I was black. You know what? Because I grew up in all that religion. And my father was an alcoholic. You know, he beat my mom. You know that, right? Or look at the situation. I'm from Flint, Michigan, man. It's hard for a black man in this society, and this is the way we did it. And let me tell you, the table is always full of excuses because they're valid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people against you. And you can say, oh my God, this table is full. It's like, man, you know, this is the reason why I'm like this. And this, and man, you never run out.
And you always stay down.
Always, but the king stage is when you realize, wait a minute, this is your table. Wait a minute, this is your room. You have to accept whatever you are letting into your life, good or bad. As a king, you can tell people, get out of your court. As a king, you don't have to accept any of those excuses.
Yeah.
As a king, you have to know that you are responsible for your life, good and bad. You did that. So as a king, if something's not right, it's your responsibility to change it.
Rule number 4, be a warrior.
Listen, I'm at the gym, man, and I don't play. When I'm in the gym, I do not play. I make noise, I lift, I throw, I have power cleaning, and I was like, bah! Okay, and the weights were flying up. And this guy comes by, he's like, hey. He's yelling. I pay gym speed just like everybody else, right? And he's like, man, yo, calm that down. You're making us look bad. Let me tell you something, man. I said, hey, listen. I said, sir, don't talk to me. I said, don't ever talk to me. I said, you mind your business. You hear me? Let me tell you something. Listen, you are a warrior. Don't ever let anybody take what you're supposed to get. And I knew what I was supposed to get. I was there in that gym to get what I was there to get. And I don't care what you say. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how I look. It takes courage to look like a fool. It does. Let me tell you, when you're in the gym and you're out of shape, you don't look good. You don't look good. When you're learning something, when you go to school and they give you the grade and everybody's, oh, he didn't do good. He got a D. You feel that hurt and you go, yeah, what you gonna do, never take a test? No. You get back up and you get what you are supposed to get. And I wasn't letting it happen. And people have always said, well, you know, be humble. Jerry, be humble. But you know what humble is? Humble is the fact that I can lift the whole gym, but I use it to lift groceries for the little old lady. That's humility. That's humility. That you use the thing that you're strongest at to help others. Come on, dude. That's the essence of humility. I walk in like, what? I run this. I'm trying to tell you, I walk on these TVs, I walk on these sets, and listen, you can't walk in there like, whatever. You walking up, and Sly comes there and he wants to do a scene with you, and you're like, well, I'm just good enough to, I come on Sly like, what? Here's the scene. And they go, hey, that's pretty good, I like that. You know what I mean? I had to face up Arnold and do my thing, but you gotta know you can do it. Yeah, come on. There was no humility, that doesn't work. You should go in your job like that. Not rude, never rude. It's not rude. But let me tell you, they're gonna take notice. Yeah. They're gonna take notice. And they're gonna go, man, this dude he's above his place. He's outworking everybody. In fact, he's too big for where we got it.
Also, if you want to learn how to have confidence like Terry Crews and others, check out my 254 series. It's in the description and it's free and you'll love it.
Whatever you're thinking about it, you will not get it until you take action. You gotta get rid of those haters in your mind.
Right.
Rule number 5, get rid of self-sabotage.
There have been times when you can be self-destructive. And you think it's something else, or you think, like I discovered for a long time, like if I show up late for something twice, I don't want it. And you get what you desire. Everything about you, you get what you want. Now, the way your life is, truthfully, you want it. And that's hard. That's hard to say because a lot of people are like, no, wait, there's so many other options. It's this and this and this and this. But the truth is that if you wanted something different, you change it. And that hit me. Like, it's scary because if I failed or if I didn't, if I showed up wrong or messed up on something, I was like, I didn't really do what it took to get it. Get rid of any, what I call self-sabotage. And you can achieve whatever you need.
Rule number 6, forgive.
How do you, in your own heart, feel about forgiveness when people have done something wrong to you?
First of all, forgiveness is a requirement. I remember when Donald Sterling did all his thing. I went on a press tour. I was doing a press tour for Blended, and the whole Donald Sterling thing was going on. And I said, we need to forgive Donald Sterling. You can look it up on YouTube right now.
Wow.
And black people were like, hell no, blah, blah, blah. But I said, listen. The big thing about forgiveness is that it's not for him or them. It's for you. It's for you. Now, forgiveness and accountability go hand in hand. See, what people think is forgiveness means now I'm free. No, it doesn't. In fact, holding you accountable is a part of forgiveness. I forgive you. I let you go. I'm filing this lawsuit. You understand what I mean? Like, that's as far as forgiveness goes. I forgive you. Meaning, hey man, you know what? I'm not going to let anything you do affect me in a negative way. You understand what I mean? In fact, I'm going to let it propel me to do more courageous acts to help other people. And I had to forgive my father, man.
Was
My
that the hardest
father,
person
my
to forgive?
youngest memory is my father hitting my mother in the face and knocking her out. Okay? I had to forgive him. But the thing is, forgiveness is great. But he expected, okay, so now everything's good. I'm like, no, you can't come in my house and ruin my house.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually forgave him and then blocked his number.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
See, but that's where we're getting it mixed up. Because what happens is when a smooth, toxic guy knows how to manipulate that. Come on, baby, you forgave me, right? Let me back in. It's like, you've already crossed that line. Now, forgiveness is like, you know what? I forgive you. Go your way. Goodbye. That's the best kind of forgiveness ever, man.
Rule number 7, know your self-worth.
What I'm here to tell people, and I'm here to tell everyone, it's good news. This is good news.
Here we go.
Good news is sports itself is just a small part of your life. And this is what I try to tell people. Listen, I've never been more successful than I am now, ever. And I'm not the only one. See, a lot of people say, well, you were special, you're Terry Crews, but ain't nothing special about me. Nothing, not one thing special about me, except the fact that I had the courage to do it. The courage to just go out there. Because there's so many athletes who now, when they're done, they get depressed and they're out. Because the thing is, NFL athletes, NBA athletes, what happens is you become your wins. You are now bigger, better than everybody. But when you lose and when you out, now you're worse than everybody. And you need, and I always got to tell these guys, that has nothing to do with your worth as a human being, period. And that's my message to all these athletes, that your life starts when the game is over, y'all. And the thing is, not one NFL owner got there by playing football. Not one. You can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like the people who are owning it and running it, they didn't play.
Wow.
And I'm trying to tell you, that's not your only way to riches.
Rule number 8, be vulnerable and authentic.
Once football ended and the entertainment thing kind of happened, I had to learn, like, you can't fight your way out of things. You have to think your way out of things. And I noticed how my wife behaved. And I noticed how women behave. Because women have to think their way out of all kinds of situations. Whereas guys we can muscle our way through and do all this stuff and whatever. But I realized that was not getting me anywhere. And my wife really taught me that vulnerability is not weakness. That I had to be vulnerable, but I had to be authentic at the same time. And she would always, always talk to me and tell me that, Terry, and she would always tell me the truth. Like, there's nothing more valuable than somebody who's gonna speak the truth into your life. And she would constantly tell me, this is wrong. The way you're acting right now is awful. And I'm just like, what? I'm like all these other guys, because that's what guys do. You compare yourself to all the other guys. And you say, but compared to them, I'm good, right? And she's like, I'm done. I'll never forget the first time I had a big job. I remember I got a big movie and whatever, and I remember I was walking around at this party and I had a cigar. And I was walking around and I had the swag, I had the whole thing. She was like, okay, you can stay over there. I'm gonna be over here. And I was like, what are you talking about? What, I'm winning. And she was like, no, baby, nope. And I was like, whoa. And I realized just in those little ways, I was losing her. And so I had to put the cigar down, and I would come back over there, and she said, now that's my Terry. I was like, oh, wow.
Rule number 9, be mindful.
I've been so mindful lately because there are times when I'm sitting around and I'm like, why am I irritated? Why am I irritated by something? And then I realized there was something I said or something I feel. Before I go into any interview, I have to check my own heart. Yeah. There's times I may be mad at my wife and I take it out on somebody in the interview.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you go, whoa, why did I say? Man, dude, you have no idea how deep you go. That's the deal. People are like, no, I don't. No. Listen, and this is another thing I know, the knowledge that I am capable of unspeakable evil means I can counteract it.
Yeah.
But when you just think, no, I would never do something like that. Don't ever say anything like that. I would never, because look, the whole country of Germany thought we would never do that.
Right.
Hey man, there was a time when I was a kid, we were riding the back of flatbed trucks on the freeway at 70 miles an hour and wave at the cops, and the cops wave back, baby, hey!
Right.
Until kids started dying on the freeway. Like, maybe we should buckle up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there was a time when everybody just accepted, like, you can drive in the back of a flatbed truck on the freeway.
Right.
You can do that, but you can't do it.
Yeah.
And those things we think we know, but I think we're just right now on the cusp of realizing who we are.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is keep growing.
You don't grow, you're dying. If you do not expand your business, expand your family, expand your life, expand your mind, if you don't push to grow, you're dying. And what you have will be taken. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody.
Now, I've got a special bonus tip from Terry on how to be creative that I really think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing question. It's time to move from just watching a video to taking action in your life or business. Here we go. Question number 1. Who do you need to forgive in your life to move forward? Number 2, what are 3 ways that you will commit to keep growing this week? And number 3, what will you do on a daily basis to remind yourself of your self-worth?
My thing is, I never saw, once I cracked that egg on the inside of me, like that image and who I was became one person, I could do anything.
Wow.
There was no rules. Go, host, act, create a furniture line, paint,
yeah.
Do whatever. There's no rules. There's nobody to tell you, hey man, that's not what a man does. No. Creativity works like do whatever you want, whatever your vision sees. In fact, as far as you can take it. You know what I mean? Pablo Picasso said, whatever you can imagine is real. That kind of creativity, man.
If you want more Terry Crews, check out the other top 10 video on my LinkedIn. The link is right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
I like to call myself a motivational doer. I hate talking so much.
Real toughness is when you can tell people, I'm in pain. I don't feel good right now.